these little shaggy parts because they're just shaggy parts. And they're going to be everywhere. We're going to find those for years. Then, once you get your cloth, this is what I'd like you to do. I'm going to get the paints out of the way because that's not important right now. What I want you to do is to try to figure out a really, really cool way of folding your cloth. Folding it. And
I don't know how to fold.
Well, this is going to be a good time to practice. We're going to try. How are you doing?
Good, how's it going?
Good, I'm Mark. Before my hands get too dirty. So I'd like you to all invent a really super, never seen before way of folding. Look what I did. I like to use the table as a place because it's kind of flat. I'm going to put part of it in this way and part of it in that way. And then I think I'm going to fold it in half. I think I'll fold it like that. Sometimes it's good to press it. And then, oh, maybe I'll do something like this. I want you to keep folding and folding and folding and folding and folding and folding and folding until what you have is small enough you can hold it in one hand. It doesn't have to be this shape. You can make some other neat way of folding it. We could fold it.
We can like make it like a square.
Yeah, you could fold it in half again like this, and then you could even fold it like that. Okay, so that's a different way. But it has to be.
We do not know how to make it like this.
So it has to be big enough that small enough you can hold it in one hand. Then when you have a piece that's all folded, we're going to get you near the paints, and we'll put the paints near the edge. And I'd like you to dip the cloth in. Now, watch how I do it, because it's kind of important that we don't just dip the whole thing in there, because then it'll all be one color. We want to have several colors. So watch what I do, and this is important that we kind of remember this part. Watch, I'm just going to say, well, I like this blue. I got a little blue there anyway. I'm going to dip it in just a little bit. Now, see how drippy it is? It's important that after you dip it in, you take your fingers and squeeze. See how it drips back into the bucket? Now, you don't want to do that over here because then there'll be blue paint here, and you don't want to do it on the ground. You want to do it right over the bucket, okay? So then we got all the drippies out. And then you can always take your fingers and just wipe them on, add to my color. And then you can try another color. What other color should I use?
Green.
I'm going to use a green.
How about orange? Use orange.
Could you? Well, you could use orange. Let me use the green because it's right here. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to dip this one in, but I'm not going to dip it in too far. And look how drippy it is. I got to remember the squeezing part is so important. Otherwise, you're just going to have a big old mess.
That's like a sock.
And I'll have some cloth here that we could just wipe right. Now, do you notice how in my case, I left a little white, didn't I? You might want to try that too. I would say we should just use two colors to start off with. Sometimes I just use one color and white. Now what we'll do is that once they're all folded, we have a tray, and we'll put them in the tray.